It is time for another reaction video on the Calisthenics Battles 2025. This time it's Bruno Žgela versus Sergio Illescas. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. My name is Adam. I'm an elite calisthenics coach with 11 years of training experience. I'm also a competitive athlete myself. But now let's get into the video. So this is a round of 16 at the Calisthenics Cup 2025. I will put the full routines in the description below. Beginning with 30 seconds L-sit hold. Nice. Bruno's prime element. This is something I want to mention in the pull-ups when it comes to form. So you can really see that what Bruno does is he's going up and then he's letting go on the way down. And this is something called dropping, and it saves you so much energy in your pull-ups. You can see on his hands that it's kind of like he's letting go of the bar when he's going down. And that's just because he's not doing a negative pull-up. So you can save a lot of energy by not doing the negative pull-up and only doing the up part and then letting go and then do the next rep. This is just like a small tip for increasing max reps pull-ups or pull-ups endurance. Something I want to mention here that Bruno does good in comparison to the video I reacted to before this with Geroid versus Max is that he's looking at Sergio at all time and just needs to be one rep before him. So you can see him pausing, looking at what rep Sergio is at and making sure he's always one step further. And then he also makes sure to rest when he doesn't need to push more. And that is really strategic because that makes him save energy both in this round but also for future rounds, since this is only the round of 16. Here you can see again, like dips is Bruno's prime element. He's the king of dips, but still he's resting before only 20 dips because he's one step ahead. And that's because he don't want to waste the energy just for nothing. Bruno is big. Bruno got some no reps there because of the hip. The hip needs to be straight, so when he got up, he was bending the hip. That was why he got a no rep. Last one for Bruno. I must say, I still think that Sergio is doing a really good round because he's still being calm, he's resting when he needs to, and he's not stressing. It's really easy when your opponent is before you that you start stressing and you're doing too much and then you fatigue yourself, you're building up too much lactic acids, and then it's kind of game over. Now Bruno has this huge advantage, but Sergio is still taking it easy, doing in his own tempo, which is really good. Bruno is doing some strategic rest. I remember watching this live first time, and or not live, but on the battles, and it was actually really close that Sergio was up on the bar before Bruno, because it's 30-second chin over bar hold in the end. So whoever gets up first and holds the whole 30 seconds actually wins. So it was kind of close that Bruno was a bit distracted and Sergio was going up before him. And this is also exciting. Pull is kind of Bruno's weak side. He's really strong in push, and don't get me wrong, he's still super strong in pull, but in compared to each other. And I know it also seemed like he had some elbow or shoulder injury here at the Calisthenics Cup, but now this is Sergio's chance to beat Bruno, even though Bruno had this huge advantage in the whole rest of the routine. And now also Sergio knows that Bruno can't get up within the next 30 seconds because he won't get it again because he just failed it. So Sergio can here rest for another 30 seconds and then do his attempt. So this is really exciting.
This is actually crazy. So, over the entire session reps, we have Bruno really setting up the pace, gaining some direction and some distance. But now, in the last exercise, Sergio is right at the same spot.
You can see here that Bruno is having some pain and it's not fully enjoyable, at least to say. Both are really tired. At the exact same time. Both failed. Judges are discussing. So just to clarify, what happened here was that none of them could complete the whole 30 seconds. So the judges decided that they will do one more set, and the athlete that can hold for the longest in this last set will win. So Bruno held it for 2 seconds longer. None of them did the whole 30 seconds, but the judges decided to give the win to Bruno. Comment below what you think, who you think would have won, or if the judges should have done something else. I actually like this ending with 30 seconds of top hold because it's kind of strategic. You need to maybe rest a little bit longer. Even though your opponent is going up before you, you can still win, because if that opponent fails, like Bruno in this case, you can go up after and then win. So I think this is really exciting to have this as a finisher in the whole routine. But comment what you think, if you like this concept or not. To summarize it, I think that Bruno did really good because he took the tactical rest and didn't push himself too much. And actually the same for Sergio. Even though Bruno was in front of him, he took it easy, did it in his own pace, and in the end it was kind of in his favor. As you saw here, he was close to win, so that was really good and something that is beneficial in this context. That was it for this video. Next up is the quarterfinals, so see you then.